Hi, I'm John,
I'm Sarah.
and we are actually founders of Light to the Nations Fellowship.
We've been living in Southeast Asia for about over a decade.
Yeah, more than 10
And
years.
it was probably about 10 years ago that just where we were starting to live and minister, there were girls that were going up and down the streets with these white plastic kind of bags on their backs. And I would see them every day, and I would think, what are they doing out there? And one day I saw that they were picking garbage. That's basically what they would do all day long. They would pick garbage and they would put it into the bag, and I went out to talk to them, and they were surprised to even have us talk to them because they said, you know, we're girls and we have no value. Why would you talk to us?
Yeah, and they were very young girls. These are not...
Probably 10, 11.
Yeah.
The thing that really got me one day, that really struck me, shocked me, was I had seen these wild dogs that were full of skin diseases and mange and all of this, and they were going into this water trough at our neighbor's house where she had this water in there feeding wild animals and things, and they were swimming in it and cooling themselves in it, and then they would leave. And
I actually
girls
had the
came
thought,
along.
I was like, man, thank God no person drinks out of that water trough.
And then here come these girls, and I watched them take the polythene bag, the plastic bag, and dunk it into the water. And John saw them
And they
cut
ripped
the
the corner off and held it up to drink the water, and I ran out and screamed, no. And we had them
that
come
was the
over,
beginning of us giving
we
them
gave them
water,
clean
and,
water.
and cookies and getting to know these girls and getting to know their families after that, getting into their, they lived in a slum area, and that was 10 years ago when God really started touching our hearts.
So now, basically, we will, with the help of national people where we're working, take children and take them off the street that are children at risk that are really at risk for being stolen and put into forced prostitution. So we're really rescuing these children, and we put them into what we call a family-style home, which is 8 to 10 children with a mom and a dad. And these are children that either have no mother or father, or their current father died of alcoholism, and the mother is overwhelmed, is not able to provide, is totally, her life is just basically destroyed. And so she would then, legally sign the child in so the child could have a better life. And then these children are raised with a godly mom and a godly dad, and they're raised to reach their destinies really in Christ and to become all that God has.
Presently we have a boys' home with 10 boys in it and a girls' home with 13. And we're looking to open another home in January or February with 10 more girls. And we see ourselves as God opens up finances and opens up doors, building these homes with these mothers and fathers. And the mothers and fathers we select them very carefully.
Well, they're like spiritual sons and daughters to us. And we love on them, train them, impart to them, help them how to give out the Father's love into these beautiful children. And within 6 months, these kids are like radically transformed. The before and after pictures are incredible.
You know, the children come into the home, they have had to survive in the streets. So they have their heart is just an orphan heart. It's a surviving heart. It's, I've got to do whatever I need to do to take and get whatever I need to get to survive. And so to soften that heart and to remove that orphan spirit, we really believe in teaching the parents, and we ourselves do this, to love on these children as their own children, and that love just starts to melt their hearts and they start to really respond and become sons and daughters.
How can we help? What can we do to make a difference? And literally as little as $1 a day can help to change the lives of one of these kids. So for like 31 bucks a month, it goes a long way in our part of the world.
And they, their needs are cared for. They have their own bed for the first time.
Yeah.
They they get a bath for the first time. When they first come in off the street.
It's actually a forced bath, the first one. But yes, they
really
get a bath.
have never had a bath.
Yeah.
So, the dirt is so deep in the skin. It takes several baths over time for the skin to actually have a softness to it. They learn to brush their teeth. They learn to go to a doctor and be examined. They learn how to dress. They learn how to go to school. And they love school.
What is their favorite thing to do?
Yeah.
And, all of the answers comes back. What's your favorite thing to do? School. We love school. And, for us in our American mentality, we're thinking, what's wrong with our kids? Because all of our children get to go to school, so they take it for granted. And these children now finally get to go to
They
school.
have a dignity and an honor that they never had when they were in the streets. You think about a child that's out there begging and scraping and scratching and clawing, and all of a sudden now they have a uniform with a tie, and they're taken to a school, and they have books.
Well, they have hope. And then you say, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? When they first came in, I want to survive. What do you want to be now? Well, some of them want to be a doctor. Some of them want to be policemen. Some of them want to be pastors. They all have a hope to actually be something in life. The total cost for running a home for 10 children is about $1,500 a month. Now that includes renting the home and also paying the salary for a real mom and a real dad who have a calling to do this and are basically like a son and a daughter to us, and they're like a mom and a dad to these wonderful children. And this includes 3 meals a day for the kids. This includes schooling and medical for the kids, and a wonderful place for them to live.
Our most pressing need right now is that we have a boys' home that we opened by faith. The father and mother that are the mother and father of this home, they came to us. They had a burning desire they knew these 10 children, these 10 little boys in these different situations, and they said, we've got to do something. They're in a desperate situation. We've got to get them off the streets. We didn't have the finances at the time, but we said, let's just believe God and let's go forward with this. So they rented a home. They brought the boys in, bathed them through the last, it's been a year now.
Yeah.
We've been, kind of just as God provides, trying to meet the needs as best as we can. And they're in a school, they have their uniforms, they have their own beds now. We had to kind of go slowly. So at first they had mattresses, then we were able to make the beds. Now they just got a dining room table and chairs. So they have their whiteboard now for when they have tutoring after school. So piece by piece we've been putting this home together, but we don't have a consistent giving toward that home. So our most pressing need is to raise monthly sponsors,
Partners,
which are partners that we have set up for $31 a month. A monthly sponsor can, if we have 4 sponsors per boy, 10 boys, that will take care of the costs of daily running the home without having to, okay, where are we going to get money for this? Where are we going to get money for that? So that's really our most pressing need right now.
And of course, we'll always have needs to open new homes. And the expenses to open a new home is really about a $5,000 startup fee, so that you can buy the furniture right up front, buy the refrigerator, buy the stove, buy the cooking gas, buy the fans, the tube lights, so you can set the home right up. And then about $1,500 per month is what it takes to run a home in our neck of the woods. If you're watching this and the Lord has touched your heart and you would like more information, you can go to our website. It is www.lighttothenationsfellowship.com. So lighttothenationsfellowship.com. And we'd love to see you there.
And there on the site you'll be able to find more information about us, about the ministry that we do, about the children. And if you'd like to donate, there'll be an opportunity there for you to donate as well.